Hi, Dr. Nancy here. In the Gottman model, we have a wonderful couples retreat workshop called the Art and Science of Love Couples Workshop. And I do probably 4 or 5 of those a year. I do them in a very cozy setting in my office. We have no more than 8 couples. And it's very comfortable and it's not scary and you don't have to share. I know we're in Southern California, but that doesn't mean this is Esalen, so you don't have to share. You can, and usually by the second day, people are so comfortable and with each other that they start asking questions and sharing. But uh, basically, the first day I talk a little bit in the morning about the model and the research, and then I tell you how to do the interventions, and you break out into pairs. You're with your partner, and you go to different areas in the office, and you do the intervention. Like love maps, knowing your partner's internal and external world, knowing how they move through time, knowing what they had for lunch, knowing what their favorite tree is, and all of that. So you go and you take your cards, because you get a little box with cards and a manual, and you go off and you ask each other, you try to guess what your partner's favorite tree is, or what their hopes are for the next 10 years, or whatever the card says. And then you come back, and then we do an exercise on fondness and admiration, and then we do an exercise on turning toward or paying attention to your partner, and then we do a bunch of turning towards exercises the first day, because the first day is really geared to make you feel closer, more connected, more comfortable with each other, because you know if your emotional bank account is overdrawn, if you're in the red, say financially, if you have a flat tire on the road, it's a disaster. You can't call AAA, because if you're overdrawn at the bank, you don't have AAA and your phone is cut off. But if your emotional bank account is full, like if you have too much money and you have a flat tire, it's simply an inconvenience. It's a bump in the road. It's what a client of mine called a bot-stot moment. Those little bumps in the road. It's a course corrector. So we try to build the emotional bank account to positivity the first day. And the second day, we deal with how to manage conflict, because 69% of the things you argue about in the beginning, you're going to be arguing about for 50 years. So you might as well learn how to manage those things in a loving, compassionate way with each other, And so we deal with how to deal with conflict, how to manage it. And then we also deal with how to talk about your shared dreams and shared hopes and your shared vision as a couple. So that's basically the workshop, and it's really fun. I hope you'll come. I've had a lot of couples say that it was really, they felt a great deal closer after they came. So I'll see you there.